If you want to play around with these samples, I've cut out enough for everyone to play with. Please feel free and mess around. And here's the biggest, most important thing I can tell you to remember today. If you have some piece of experimentation and you don't care about it anymore, that's when it's most valuable to you as an artist. Why? You have something, I made it, it's mine, now I don't care about it. I could drop this on the floor.
You can use it in many ways.
What she said.
Oh, just do whatever with it because you're not worried about wrecking what you have right now.
Exactly, and I have something cool to start with.
Crazy.
Yeah.
It's cooler than before.
Awesome.
And if it messes up, who cares? I don't care. But it could turn into something else. That to me is the most valuable lesson I can think of. And that's why we do experimentation, is to always stay in that stage of, okay, so you don't have to use this, but if you do want to use it, there's two kinds of glazes. Low fire, high fire. Low fire is what you put on bis square and is fired at bis square temperature. High fire, which is this, you also put on bis square, but then you fire it to a much higher temperature, around 2,000 something degrees.
And that's when you're getting the glass wet, right?
Exactly.
So if you want to make like a bowl for cereal, then you need to fire it at high temperature?
Exactly. Because otherwise you put milk in it, it'll,
Yeah.
exactly. Right. But some of this is actually safe for food, and this is low fire glaze. And if you put this on the inside of the bowl, then it wouldn't leak out. But that's a really good point, what you just said. So this is all glaze is ground up rock and water. There's no other ingredient that acrylic has, which is the binder, like the plastic or oil and oil. When you look at Georgia O'Keeffe, do you make connections with your own work?
Not really,
Okay.
but just look at her work is kind of like see how other artists experience their work and how the way they perceive their work.
Yeah, okay, that's really interesting. So both, I'm curious for two things. How your experience looking at other artists and how they perceive their work and how you perceive your work.
Yeah.
Okay. You can start with either one of those questions. Let's talk about your work, okay? So when you're looking at the flowers, is there something special that you're trying to evoke or get to?
I want the flower I paint to be more vivid, like a real flower.
Okay. So would it to look like a real flower?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's
Or even more flower, but with my personal emotion in it, but still realistic.
okay. That to me is really interesting. So it's a sense of realism and a sense of your own personal
Feeling in it.
your personal feeling. Okay. Can you think of more words for your personal feeling? Another way to talk about that?
Personal expression or personal unique way to see the flowers that other people would not see.
Yeah. Okay.
Just like Georgia O'Keeffe. At this point, we are the same. Like she used her special way to see flowers. Like she zoomed the flower and only draw inside of them and
Yeah.
related to feminism kind of.
Yeah, all very good points. And it's really important that you understand those and you can see those things. And I respect that you aren't trying to copy her, but you're trying to get to the same sort of experience as an artist to be able to express your experience with those flowers, but also a larger sense of humanity or femininity or whatever entity you're thinking about. So, what aspects are important for you looking at a flower? What things do you see that you want other people to see?
The positive and beauty in the world, I think.
So not just in flowers, but in the world.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a big, tall order, as we say. Yeah, and
I want other people just, when they look at my painting, they just want to feel good, like the beautiful things in the world.
okay.
Just like an enjoyment.
So the enjoyment of the experience.
Yeah.
So like pure experience would be a way to express, or pure. I like the word. I like the word purity. I'm just taking notes for myself. And so I wonder, like, what kind of purity? Purity of experience, purity of happiness, purity of. So let me give you a contrast. A lot of people say that artists are melancholic, or they have melancholy, which is like a sadness and happiness together. Would you say that any of that is in your work, or is it purely?
I would say that, but I won't show the sad way to my audience.
Okay.
I like only want to show the positive things, and the rest of sad things I will leave to myself.
Ah, okay, okay. So it's
I only express to the public. I think.
So in a sense, you're almost purifying the experience. Do you know that word?
Yeah.
I don't want to put words in your mouth. I'm just trying to think of ways to help you describe it and make connections. So let's look at some of your work and tell me where you think that's working the best, where you think that you're successful at doing what you want to do.
Mm-hmm. Like my work is kind of randomly do things. That's kind of flowers I draw.
Randomly?
Like my topic is kind of randomly. I don't have specific flowers I need to do. I just unregular flowers, I think.
Okay, I think that's interesting also. That, okay, so can you continue talking about maybe the commonality between those random flowers? Or maybe not the flowers, but the commonality between the way you're painting them.
I think I just really draw the line of the edge of the flowers, flower piece, and I don't know.
Yeah, because I don't know if I would notice that about the particular edges of the flowers when I look at your work. Except for are we done? Might be done. Are we done?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
Except for maybe this one where it's not so much the edges, it's all of the detail of the particular detail. So when I look at these, I know that these flowers don't have that much particularities, but maybe if you look really close at them with that magnifying glass, you might see some aspects that you could abstract
I
draw.
don't like there's a little detail.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I know this is about the edge, but the way that you have the colors, the shading and the differentiation between the lights and the darks and the yellows and the oranges, I think that's really lovely. And the way that very edge is happening, where it kind of downturns a little bit, it's a little darker, that's really lovely. So it's those subtleties that I think are really worth pursuing. Yeah. Good, very good. Okay, I wish we had more time.
Yeah, we can do like next Monday.
Yeah.